So you just opened your MCCQE1 Part 1 results, okay? And your eyes fall on a number, 462. On one level, you feel relief, but also you're uncertain. Is this a victory? Or is it just a pass, And so I'm going to use two hypothetical doctors, Dr. Alex, Dr. Sam, because their story will change how you see your scores forever. So let's get into the game. Doctors have mentored hundreds of international medical graduates who are preparing for the MCQE1, the NACOSKI, people who are planning on writing the TDM, their residency applications, practice-ready assessment programs. We've helped hundreds to prepare for their CVs, their interviews, their cover letters. I've seen every kind of results, from fail to barely pass to near perfect scores. Okay? And to help you understand what your score really means, let's imagine these two candidates, Dr. Alex and Dr. Sam. Now, Dr. Alex is seen as, the focused, disciplined, scoring a jaw-dropping 511 on the new MCQE1. And the highest mark I want you to remember is 600. And the lowest mark anyone can get is 300. And the pass mark is 439. However, Dr. Sam, on the other side, is uncertain during his exam, goes through a personal tragedy, and later sees that he scored 443 on the results page, just above the pass mark. Remember something, both Dr. Alex and Dr. Sam passed the exam. But for many candidates, and I see this in many videos and many comment sections, for many candidates, Dr. Alex seems to be the untouchable candidate, and Dr. Sam seems to be the struggling one, right? But this is the interesting twist. In our hypothetical situation, both of them got into residency for very different reasons. So I really want you to understand the new game board of the MCCQE1 from April 2025 onwards. So before we delve into their journeys, here's the scoreboard they are playing on, okay? Now, as of April 2025, the MCCQE1 scores range from 300 to 600. 300 is the lowest mark, 600 is the highest mark. The national average is 450, and each jump above that by 30 points helps you and puts you in a different category. Even though the lowest mark is 300 and the highest mark is 600, the pass mark is 439. Just keep that in your mind, okay? Now, and the rules have changed. There are no more CDMs, which were the short answer writings, or maybe they'll give you like 30 options and you need to choose the best two. It's all about multiple choice, which we call MCQs, with more time per question and a shorter exam appointment. So previously the exam was like a 9-hour exam. Now it's almost like, I think it's about a 6-hour exam, okay? No more CDM. And previously you would do 210 questions in the morning and then 38 CDMs in the afternoon. Now you are doing 230 questions in total. So you are literally doing 115 questions in the morning, 115 questions in the afternoon. So what does your score really say about you? Wherever you land, I want you to remember that this is just the start of your story, okay? Remember that the pass mark is 439. So when you have somebody who scores between 439 and 449, that means they crossed the line. You've met the national standard, and it's now about your confidence and your strategy going forward. You have somebody who scores between 450 to 479. They're on solid ground. You are at or above the average level, okay? And with a smart prep for your interviews and your statement of purpose and your cover letter and your CV, you can climb higher. And for those between 480 and 509, that person, I see the person as a strong contender, okay? You are ahead of most of the candidates, and with a little more polish, you are in the elite territory. And then we have people who also scored like 510 and above. I call them the medical rock stars, okay? You are among the top scorers in the country. Keep sharpening every edge you have in your application and you'll do well. And in MedCognito, we've had so many people in the last exam who scored about 500. You can see some in the videos we did. If you go to our live section, you see that there was a video where we interviewed 3 candidates. Awesome interview. They shared so many wonderful insights, and I want you to go out there and check it out. So now, what's the bigger picture? Let's still don't forget about our 2 doctors, Dr. Alex and Dr. Sam. Here's where the lesson comes in. In our story, Dr. Sam got 443. Dr. Alex got 511. Dr. Alex's results look very impressive to everybody, okay? But residency programs don't just look at scores. Alex's application probably may lack a little bit of depth. He may have a thin CV. He may have average interview skills. And then you take Sam, who scored 443. It didn't scream like top candidates, but he passed. He did well. And Sam has other strengths, you know. He broke the Narcoski probably. He has a rich clinical experience. He has a compelling personal story and a strong interview presence. So what is the result I'm expecting? I'm expecting that both of them will match, but not because of their MCQ1 pass score alone. It's a full package that made the difference. So where someone had weaknesses, another person had strengths. So in all these things, what else matters? How are you going to boost your match chances? Residency programs weigh multiple factors, including your NAC/OSCE performance. It shows your hands-on clinical skills. They also weigh in on your personal story. Okay, what makes you memorable to the people who are interviewing you? And then they also look at your Canadian clinical experience, especially recent and relevant. Have you done any shadowing? Have you done any, probably were you a clinical assistant? Were you a physician associate, as some provinces would put it, right? What were your years outside medicine? And how have you stayed connected to medicine? What was the CV? What was your portfolio? You know, did you do any research? Did you do any leadership? Did you do any community work? What were your interview skills? You know, because a great score can't save a poor interview. That is something I want you to really, really think about. And here's a little known fact. Some practice radio assessment programs in Canada don't even require MCQE1. So like, for example, Nova Scotia, the PACE program is not needing MCQE1, even though your MCQE1 result will help you to be a strong candidate, right? They focus on whether you can be a safe physician and effectively step into the Canadian healthcare system right now. So what's your next move? If your score is high, use it to your advantage. If it is average, strengthen your other pillars, right? Because if you didn't pass, it's a setback, but it is not a career ender. Many doctors have bounced back from failure to thrive in their careers in Canada. And I know many people, I speak to many doctors on a day-to-day basis, right? So whether you feel like Dr. Alex or Dr. Sam in this hypothetical scenario, remember that the MCQ1 Part 1 score is just one chapter in your full journey. The rest of the book, it's up to you. How you manage it, how you go around it. So if you want my proven framework for boosting your application, from NACOSCI mastery to practice radio assessment pathway guidance, you know, all I need you to do is to hit subscribe, drop ready in the comments, watch the next video, because your score matters, but it's never the whole game. And if you also want to do very well in MCQE1, we have a coaching program which will guide you step by step through it. So whether you are Dr. Alex or you are Dr. Sam, there's still hope. Let's keep crushing it and see you helping many candidates and many people to get into the Canadian healthcare system.